there we go. How's everything going?
Everything's good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And I got your name right, eh? Bill Welychka. I'm like, because I know the name. I'm like, and I'm so bad with them.
well, it's the Y in the middle that throws people off.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
And so I did it was amateur hour for me. So I went onto YouTube and I was like, Bill Welychka interview, and just to see how you were saying it. And I found all these clips from like back in the day, and like you were like, hey, it's Bill Welychka. And I'm like, so then I slowed it down. And I was like, and I was in there trying to, but we figured it out, and that's the important
yeah.
thing.
Only 3 syllables. That's all.
Yeah. You would think it'd be easier with 3 syllables, but I like to make things as complicated as possible. Um, but that's just the nature of the business, right?
Yeah. How are things up there? Good.
Good. I can't complain. So normally at this time of year, it's minus 30 and miserable and cold and and for some reason, I don't know what happened, but it's minus 10 today, a little bit of snow, warming up to 3 degrees tomorrow and Friday.
Damn near tropical.
That's what I'm saying. It's like shorts weather up here.
Yeah.
But we're happy to have you coming up here. Is this gonna be your first time up in Timmins or
Actually, no. I was there for the opening of the Shania Twain Center, so it gives you an idea of sort of how long it's been.
okay? Because that shut down quite a while ago. I don't know how long it's been now. So, well, we're
Yeah.
happy to have you back. For those who don't know, Bill is. I don't know if this is gonna be weird for you to hear, but much music legend. Is that weird?
You can say it. I'm not going to, but you can say it.
Bill is a much music legend. So you were on there from early 90s into the 2000s. And so Bill's coming up for a couple of reasons. Going to be emceeing Lisa Fremont's second annual Fly With Me fundraiser, which is in support of the TADH Breast Wellness Center, taking place January 27th at 5:30 at the Dante Club. Get your tickets, eventbrite.ca. Plus, Bill's going to be doing a book signing. He's got a new debut memoir out called A Happy Has-Been. So that's going to be happening at Coles in Timmins Square the next day, January 28th, between 1 and 3. So that being said, really quick, because I saw the names, Lisa sent out the info, and I saw your name pop up, which I recognized because I used to watch Much Music all the time back in the day. And I saw Donnie Most name pop up.
There you go.
I was like, how in the heck? I was like, how did you get Bill and Ralph Malph?
Lisa's connected.
Apparently. So I talked to Donnie Most the other day, and I want to ask you quickly the same thing I asked him. Just how did you get involved with the fundraiser this year?
Lisa and I talk on Facebook. We've known each other for a while, and she was telling me about it, asked if I was interested, and I thought, I love this. I'm impressed by anyone who exists for a purpose, and
Right.
that is whether it's on a small level to elevate people around them or whether it's on a large level like she's doing, and that is a huge fundraiser for breast cancer research and for breast cancer survivors. And like I said, I'm just in support of anyone who exists on that level, and I love that community outreach. And when she asked me, I said, yeah, I will be there for sure. Plus it's Donnie Most, Ralph Malph.
Right.
You're right.
I know, and he's doing because I had no idea with him. He's like, oh yeah, I've been singing since I was 12 years old. I was like, the heck? So I'm really excited to see. Apparently, he does like swing music, jazz music.
The
So
last time I interviewed him would have been, I think, 2018, 2019, and that was for a jazz Christmas record, I think. So, yeah.
oh, I love that. Um, so let's get into your memoir. So this is your debut memoir. It's called A Happy Has-Been, which I don't know if people still do the chef's kiss, the but I love that title. Fantastic title. And so, you get the press release talking about like what it covers, and it goes from everything over your career to, and this is what interested me was your battles with depression, because I don't know. I swear there is just something in like the broadcasting industry, because I deal with it myself. A lot of my friends in this industry deal with depression. So I was wondering personally, did you find it like, I don't know, because there's that stigma around it. Did you
Yeah.
find it difficult to be so open about your mental health? Was it a conscious decision, like you wanted to make sure it was in there, or did it just kind of naturally happen?
Well, I I believe everyone has a story, and what a pleasure it was to tell my story. And part of my story is dealing with depression, and I have since my teen years. And I know people from all walks of life, all ages. It doesn't matter what you do. Sometimes that black cloud comes, and sometimes it stays. And how I dealt with it is, and and how I deal with it is pretty open, and I talk about it in the book. And I think it's important too, because you're right. There has been a stigma for so long, and that if you admit depression, you're probably admitting defeat, or you're
Hmm.
admitting that you're broken, and that's not necessarily the case. There's just ways of dealing with it, and the more people talk about it, I think the better. And the more people talk about it, the more that stigma is wiped away, and that can only be a good thing.
Yeah, and and in 2023, I feel like in 2023 too, it's like it's not as much of a stigma. Like I feel like people are a lot more open. People are a lot more, I don't know. There's a lot more ways to get help too. And so it's nice. And I don't know if you've been like throughout your career because you've been everywhere. Have you done like any sort of like motivational speaking in favor of like helping those with depression or no?
Not necessarily in that platform. I've probably done about 100 interviews for the book, and it's probably come up maybe 50 times.
Okay.
And I think it's not necessarily motivational. If it is, great. But I think all it takes is just one person to maybe recognize what I'm talking about and think, hey, that kind of sounds like me. I thought I was alone. And the
Mhm.
idea is that you're not alone, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not an oncoming train. There are ways to deal with it. There are ways to cope. There are lots of ways to exist with it. And it all begins by talking to someone, talking to your doctor. I can't prescribe medication. I'm not a doctor. I can tell you what works for me and what has worked for me for decades. And that is meds, a daily antidepressant that when I stopped taking it, when there were times a long time ago where I thought, okay, that black cloud is gone. I can deal with it. You
Mhm.
notice a drop in emotion, in a lot of different things, social abilities, and that one little pill every morning. It's part of my ritual when I wake up and brush my teeth and have a shower. It moves me to a place where I just exist on a normal, whatever normal is, on a normal level. Without it, I'm here. With it, it's not through the roof. Whoa, look at me. I'm so happy today. No, it just brings you to a normal level.
Well, I just want to bring it up. We'll get off that
Thanks
topic.
for asking, man. Thank you. It's
I do
important.
know I do appreciate it because I deal with it. Like I said, I know a lot of folks that do. So when someone's open about it, as open as you are, you're right. It just hearing that other people kind of go through that same struggle, it helps. I know
And that's, I
there's
think,
people who will be sympathetic and apathetic toward you. And anyways,
and I think like I said, it starts with one person. And if they recognize what they're going through is happening to someone else, and maybe listening how that person dealt with it, there is hope. And that's all. That's the most important message is there is hope if you're feeling something that is not
mhm.
healthy.
And this book too, A Happy Has Been, like I said, so touches on that, but it also touches on that career of yours, which has been going on for 35 plus years, you said?
It's still going on too. That's what I
Going on.
love.
It's not over. Let me clarify. It's not over, but it's been going on for 35 plus years.
Yeah, I'm at work right now, and at in Chorus at Chorus Entertainment here in Kingston. It's a global affiliate, two radio stations, the television station, and people ask about the title, and I've heard some people say, don't call your book that. That's terrible. And I talk about why the title of the book is that in the book, and it's tongue in cheek, it's self-deprecating, and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, happy has been. As long as the important thing is happy, right?
That's the most important part of the word in the title. Yeah, I did my career backwards, man. Most people start their career off here in a small market, eventually
Right.
move to Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver, a major market. I did my career backwards. I started off in a major market on a national level, and
Right.
slowly, by design, by choice, worked my way down to a media market on a local
Yep.
presence for Eastern Ontario. So
Well, you know what? It's funny though, because it was always that way in school where it was like, oh, because I went to college in 2013. It was like, oh my, because I'm from London, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get into a big market and this and that and this and that and this and that. And now like so many of those jobs are like voice tracked out of market and this and that. And now 10 years into it, I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable in this smaller market. I'm happy being like a local radio station. There's like a lot of companies don't see the value in the local company aspect of radio, but like, boy, howdy, do people appreciate it around here. So I don't know. There's something to be said about the small market life. I enjoy it. But yeah.
And and I talk about this in the book. It doesn't matter how large the audience is, it's the connection you have to the audience that is available. And to me, that's the most important thing. And I'm loving it, and I enjoy it. And I wake up every morning, I'm the happiest person in the world.
And what a career too. I didn't realize because I knew you were on Much Music, but then I was reading like, the details of it. So, and I'm sure you've covered it in the book. So you've spent time, just to name a few, Mick Jagger, Garth Brooks, and Prince. Those are just three of them over the last 35 plus years. Is there maybe you've probably been asked this a million times, but is there any artist that you were like you were really excited to meet and you were about to meet that it just for one reason or another it just like fell through?
It fell through. No, I've had the pleasure of interviewing everyone I was ever a fan of. Patches on my jean jacket in high school or in my locker. I've interviewed all those people, Led Zeppelin, all the members at individual times, the remaining living members of obviously
Mhm.
not John Bonham. But there was one time I was supposed to do Lisa Marie Presley live on Much, and this was just around 2003, would have been the SARS outbreak, and she
Oh yeah.
canceled her media trip to Toronto, and I was heartbroken. I've had a crush on Lisa Marie since probably the second grade, third grade.
Right.
We've been reading about Lisa Marie before she was old enough to read, and we're around the same age. So she rescheduled the promo tour for the second record, and we went ahead and did the I with her, and it's on my screensaver right now. Her and I smooching.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
And that would have been 2005. And yeah, so it was a great 90-minute broadcast with Lisa Marie Presley.
Did you ever have a moment where you're like, I wonder if there's a chance, you know?
I talk
Like
about
we're
in the
the
book.
same age, we're the same age, we're into the same things.
Yeah, I
Successful,
talk about in the book
unsuccessful.
a date I had with Debbie Gibson one time. The date sort of was brought to an end, um, and I'm not going to get into details. Very long story, but anyway,
Right.
a couple of years later, she posed for Playboy, and to me, in a parallel universe, in the deep recesses of my mind, I'm thinking she did it to get back at me, saying, "Look at this, Bill."
Look at what you're missing out on.
I
This.
know.
Oh, I want to ask you about this because I always hear people say, you've heard it too, like when it comes to like Harry Potter or anything like that, it's like, well, the books are always better. But there are rumors. I don't know if it's rumors or if it is happening for sure. There's going to be a film production about your life in the works too. Because if there is, let me know about it because I have the attention span of a rat, and books for me, like I can get into them, but like oh boy, it takes me years to get through it. So is there a film production in the works too?
It's so funny. Around the time that the book was being promoted before it was out, a local film director here in Kingston, Jay Mada, loved the story of this entertainment host who moves to a smaller city and tries to get back to the big city and doesn't really enjoy the smaller, pace of life he wants, and so spends it's a parallel universe to mine. So I play myself in this film, this feature that is trying to get back to Toronto, but in reality, I love it here. I'm not moving. So I spend the film doing interviews with artists for my demo reel, and the list of artists that I'm going to be interviewing in the film, they're real interviews with real artists in this fictitious world, if that's easy to follow.
Right.
And in the end, I realized that I love Kingston and I'm staying here. But we've already shot some films. There was a scene we shot in the summer of at a wrestling show where I get suplexed in the ring by a wrestler.
Oh, how was that?
I've been put through a table before. I've been smacked in the head with a garbage can before, so it was
Jeez.
pretty good. Yeah, it was good. As far as getting suplexed in the ring is concerned, yeah, we have shot several scenes already. The table read is hilarious. In February at the Kingston Canadian Film Festival, we're going to do a table read with some of the scenes that are already shot on the big screen. So back and forth from the table read with the actors and going to the scene that's already shot. So
Okay.
it's going to be an interesting presentation of the production of the movie. So
And
yeah, it's hilarious.
and again, that's all kind of just based off of your career, almost like based off the book, right?
Yep, yep. And like I said, I play myself in this weird world, parallel universe of my life, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Um,
Yeah.
and just two quick questions off of that. Where was it filmed? And is there any sort of release window do you know of,
It's
or is it still kind of
it'll be shot throughout Kingston and just outside of Kingston. And yeah, if we're looking at the premiere in a year, so it's like a year and a half project.
now, is that something that you could bring to like the Toronto Film Festival or no?
I'm sure the filmmakers are going to try.
Cool.
If not the if not TIFF, then for sure other festivals.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Bill. I don't want to keep you too much longer, so I'll just mention again to listeners that Bill Welychka is going to be coming to town to MC Lisa Vermont's second annual Fly With Me fundraiser. That's happening January 27th, 5:30 at the Dante Club. Get your tickets, eventbrite.ca. Plus, of course, he's doing a book signing for his new memoir, A Happy Has-Been, January 28th, 1 to 3 p.m. at Coles in Timmins Square. So, Bill, for anyone who wants to follow along with everything you've got going on, where can they find you?
Very simple, billwelychka.ca. So my name, no spaces, billwelychka.ca. Thanks for this opportunity, man. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to visiting.
Yep, we look forward to seeing you January 27th. Dress warm. That's my bit of advice. I don't know if you
I
remember,
will.
but it's she cold up here.
Okay, you got it, bud.
Awesome, Bill. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and yeah, we'll see you in January.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
Awesome.
hopefully we will see you.
All right. Have a good day, eh?
See you, bud. Thanks.
Bye.